So I'm willing to accept those arguments, but I still want to make a case for why I think the Wolves are going to beat the Warriors. Bob, your initial thoughts on this series? Game one's tonight. Who are you cheered for? What do you want to see happen?
I think it's the Wolves. In my opinion, I don't think the Warriors have it in the tank to put a run together. I know we saw them take down the Rockets, but I don't think the Rockets were really built to make the playoff run either. I think that was the battle of two of the weaker teams in the West, to be honest. Two of the weaker teams
Wow, hot
left.
take.
Two of the weaker teams left, at least.
Fair, I guess.
But, well, I mean, I just think when you look at what the Warriors are now, I mean, Steph Curry isn't the same Steph based off the playoff performance that we've seen.
He is at times though. You know, he can still hit those crazy shots. Like it, and that might be like I'm just providing an alternative opinion just because I kind of agree with you because I don't think Curry's going to be able to play five guys for the remainder of the playoffs. I don't think he's going to be able to Thibodeau this bitch. So that's like he doesn't trust his bench at all. And like the way Kuminga
specifically Kuminga, he hates him.
He destroys confidence though. Is like what happened there? Because that doesn't look like the same basketball player to me. Why does he hate him so much?
I don't know. Doesn't make any sense. Because
I guess it does now though, but is it like a self-fulfilling prophecy? Like, did he wreck him? You know what I mean? Like, I looked at the minutes he played last night. I was like, Jesus, like that's rough.
And
they're bad seven.
Bad seven. Like we were saying,
it's been like that.
Go ahead, Bobby.
No, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, like, a couple weeks ago, when we talked about the Houston series, I said, like, you're going to need athletes. And he is an athlete. And against Ant-Man, like, you're going to need someone. Like, you're going to need athletes on this floor. And it just feels like out of this entire bench, he's the guy that's a prototypical, like, athlete build. And what we've seen over the last, I think, like, 25 games is his minutes have just plateaued at, like, 9 or 11. And I don't understand the fucking reason. I truly don't.
Man,
I mean, Podziemski, I can't even understand, plays significant, valuable minutes for this team. So when you look at it, they're just not built like they used to be. And I think the Wolves got a dream matchup in the second round, in my opinion.
Oh, wow. I mean, you're more confident than I was going to be coming in. I'm still worried about the stars. I feel like I should call the State Warriors.
Right.
You know, I do think that like the Wolves are playing pretty crazy defense. Like the way that they played against the Lakers, they're going to get another team that kind of has to play 5 or 6 guys, 40 minutes. Like that is 2 rounds in a row. That's just going to benefit them so hard. Right. And it's like, I don't know. They have so many weapons. Like they can go to so many different places. And yeah. I mean, Mike, you did it. You called it. You called the Lakers Wolves series in a now famous clip of doing a sweet rap, Shannon Sharp impression / rap. You called the Wolves in 5. Ant-Man took over. Must have listened to the podcast. He was doing the joke coming out of the tunnel against the Lakers. Give us your prediction for this series.
Wolves in 6.
It had a lot less like juice on it than the last.
Because
one.
I
showed a lot less ankle on that one. You know,
I
had real 5'9" energy to it.
I hate the Lakers. I hate everything around them. I love the Warriors as much as you can love them as being a Boston Celtics fan. You know, like I respect the hell out of Steph. I love playoff Jimmy. I hate Draymond Green, but I love this.
Like Draymond Green.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
You're supposed to though. Like if he was a Celtic, we would.
Yeah, he's a heel. He's a great heel. I love him, but I hate him. But I just feel like in this series, like Minnesota is going to be too physical. Like it's going to, and I do think that I'm not sure how often they'll be around each other, but I do think you're going to see Ant-Man try to provoke Draymond because everyone knows that he's just Draymond is just like 2 seconds away from losing his fucking mind. So
he said he was gonna keep his cool. He promised. Yeah. Surely. I came into this, I wrote this on the rundown thinking like, Edwards is going to have his hands full, right? Like he is going to have to be running after guys through screens for like a lot of his backcourt defensive work. But I feel like the way that the the Wolves are like relentless. You know, they're that very like high press, like just chase everybody through everything. It's the way I've been like sort of advocating. I wish we would play for like a long time. It's really a good brand of basketball to watch because they seem to be able to keep it up, right? Like they seem to be able to keep that pace up for the entire game. And like they just ran the Lakers off the floor basically. And that's how they beat teams. And they're completely like the whole Steph Curry and Draymond Green of it all. Like I said before the last series, the whole LeBron and Luka of it all, I don't think it's going to affect them in the way that it affects other teams. Like, I don't think they're going to, like Anthony Edwards is, for all his, I had a terrible game 7, he's still the leader of a team and he's unfazed by things. And I think that when that trickles down into his team and they become unfazed by things, like it makes them better on the road. It makes them better against superstar matchups. It makes the role players perform better. You know, it gives them this identity that comes from him because he's actually kind of his personality is very relaxed, but the way that they lock in is really fun to watch. And on the offensive side of the ball, I don't mean to just continually glaze him because I obviously am on the record that he's by far my favorite player I've seen in a long time, but I'm going to. The Warriors are going to have their fucking hands full with him offensively. If they try to do those drops like they were doing against the Rockets because they could, like you're like, whatever, they're putting themselves on an island when you're watching the Houston Rockets, right? So the Warriors were saving themselves defensively a lot of the time because the Rockets could beat themselves. It's going to be a really different proposition when Anthony Edwards is coming around screens and you're dropping against him and it's like, all right, he'll just shoot. Or you start to try to make the adjustment and you start trying to man up on him and it's like, oh, that's a lot of energy for that Warriors backcourt to expend, right? I mean, is Steph's going to chase him around for an entire series? That's not going to happen, right? So what, they put Jimmy on him? Is that what are they going to do about it? Like, what are they actually going to do about Anthony Edwards? I don't think they're going to be able to do much.
No, it's Jimmy's their only option.
Yeah, it's the only option they have. That's it.
And he's another year older.
The way that they can attack substitutions then, like the way that they can just keep Jimmy Butler on the court, you know, like they can just, unless he's sitting down and standing up every single time Ant does, this could get ugly. Just like, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to find, I mean, I guess they could, and you can trap Ant, right? You can trap him. You can double team him a little bit. He's not at that part of his, I'm just trying to find a thing that the Warriors could probably do. Steve Kerr is a smart coach. This is probably what they're going to do. They're probably going to throw a ton of double teams at him, right? Because I think that's the last part of his game he really needs to develop is to be able to consistently get out of those double teams, like consistently over and over to the point where it becomes like an obsolete thing that you can actually do. I mean, the Rockets were double teaming Steph off the ball. You know what I mean? Like that's how much you have to double team Steph Curry. Like the more reps he gets again doubled, he's gonna get better and better and better at it. And the guys that they're going to be sending in him, I don't think are at that level where they're going to cause him a ton of problems, but they could trap him a lot, right? Like they could try to make him defer. They could try to make him cough up the ball to a teammate. I don't know. Is that going to work?
I think for 2.5 quarters, Jimmy can keep up with Ant. And then it's like that other 18 minutes. What the fuck do you do? Because Jimmy's going to slow down. Ant won't. And if you are going to double him, like I think the thing I love most about Edwards is that he has such confidence in guys like Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert, you know, your boy, that
they're
he
so
will
big, all of them too. Like the size of that those wings and everything. It's just like
he's okay to sacrifice stats for a win, which is it's very clear when you watch him play. And I mean,
even if he missed all those shots, but they were the right shots. You know, like he wasn't doing what Tatum was doing last night, forcing it, right? Or not hitting the ones that he should.
We're getting
ready. The looks were the right looks. He was doing the right thing. It just wasn't working for him. You know, I mean, I know I'm biased, but like, I don't know. I'm biased because this is what I'm seeing.
And so the other answer is, I mean, Golden State's got to have an answer for the size of Nasri, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert. In 2 series in a row, the Wolves are lined up facing teams that have no answer for any size whatsoever. I mean, Kevon Looney is the tallest player in the Warriors, and he's 6'9". Naz Reid is a wing. He just knocked down threes and is 7 feet tall. Rudy Gobert is, I mean, on any given night,
Golden Dave.
one of the best defensive centers in the league. Can be.
Right. I mean,
So
I don't like him, but yeah, sure. I guess that's true.
It's on top of Anthony Edwards. So, and that's why I love Golden State. I love Steph Curry. I love playoff Jimmy. But I just feel like in this series, Minnesota's ready to take that next step. And I think this is when we see it. And I think this is when we see the answer for the defeat they took last year.
That's the thing, though. It's like you can, like, you look at a Rudy Gobert, like the most mad I was at him was when I had to sit through that Nuggets series. But to be fair, like, we just got done talking about how Jokic is impossible to guard. Like, I mean, it's just that he would make a lot of dumb decisions. Like, I watched 7 games last year of Jokic making him look stupid, making him make really dumb decisions, making him think, making the folks at home think, how the fuck has this guy consistently won Defensive Player of the Year? Like, this is insane. So, but then when you get a matchup like the Lakers, you're like, oh, you guys traded AD. Oh, yeah. Like, you guys don't have anyone to give him problems, so they can just hide him, and then he can come out and have like a big offensive game because there's just no one there to do anything about him because you guys don't have a center, right? So you can't expose the flaws of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, I think Draymond Green could come out and make Rudy Gobert look very dumb and naive because I think Rudy Gobert is prone to that. And I think Draymond is a smart basketball player. And I think that's going to be a problem area for the Timberwolves. I really do. I don't think he's going to have a great series. But unfortunately, on the other side of it, you have this whole backcourt to worry about. And like you were just saying, Bob, I couldn't agree more. Like, when all the Golden State Warriors need a rest, if you want to take a rest on the Minnesota Timberwolves side, unfortunately, that means for the Warriors that Dante DiVincenzo's coming on the floor. Naz Reid's coming on the floor. I mean, the guys that come off the bench for the Wolves are all really fucking good. Like, they're all really good. So, and they also play great on the road. So it's just like, I mean, I know the Warriors have a decent home court. Like, I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but I don't know. I feel like the Wolves are going to be unintimidated by the occasion. And yeah, Julius Randle, like, playoff Julius Randle. That's a thing of the past. Something about when he played in New York. I don't know. Maybe it was. I may have pointed this out in the playoff preview. He didn't have to play 8,000 minutes before he walked into the playoffs this season. I don't know. Maybe there's some conventional wisdom to be seen there that Julius Randle isn't falling apart at the seams by the time he hits the playoffs, and now he can be a real contributing factor in a playoff series. They got a lot of weapons, Bob.
Wolves in 6.
Right.
Cool.
I was teetering on 5, but I think the Warriors playoff Jimmy and Curry get 2 at least.
Wolves in 4.
Ooh. Whoa.
Wolves in 4. I just don't see it.
Not even a gentleman sweep, just straight up sweep.
I don't like those Golden State Warriors as much as you guys seem to. I was upset.
I think you love. I do think you love Steph Curry. I do.
I think that if I was making a all-time starting 5, Steph Curry would be on my team because I think he's the best shooter that's ever lived. Do I love him? I do not. I dislike him, actually. I don't think him and I would be boys. I don't like his whole thing. I didn't like Klay Thompson either. Seemed like he kind of a dick. Jimmy Butler seems like a cool hang. The thing is, I like Jimmy Butler. I mean, who doesn't? How do you not like Jimmy Butler?
The monopolized coffee in the bubble 2020. I thought that was kind of cool. They like sold a coffee cup. He like did this whole thing.
Did he really? I didn't even hear about it. You got to send me that article. That's funny.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy. I like him. Well, we'll see. I didn't give him any respect there, so we'll see how it goes.